Hello. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I am back once again, and I'm so glad to be back to bring you some sweet, wonderful, wonderful news. To tell you something that is supposed to loose you and let you go. But I must confess, deep down inside, this is some heavy stuff. And I might step on some toes, but I'm just giving it, and it goes where it goes. But as I see it, it is absolutely wonderful. And I'm so very glad to be able to stand before you this day and tell you this. There is a God. Can't see him or it or her or what is a God. You can't see it. It is spirit. At least for us. Pure spirit. Can't touch it. Can't feel it. Your five senses can't identify except it's all around us. All the evidence that you need. And on top of all of that, here we are, the greatest evidence of it all. That's how you were made. That is the way you were made to live. And we all know how we want to live. But if we face the facts, we'd have to see it exactly where it's at. And this is the part that doesn't sound so good. But if you don't mind, let me share with you anyway. The crisis that's going on in America is the same kind of crisis that's been going on all around the earth, wherever people are. It's been here before, and it's back again. Here it is in our face. And we can look at it as a test, if you will. And so I suggest you do. You have before you a governmental system, a social and economic system that's caught you in some glue. And you keep pushing and pulling, trying to get loose, but you ain't loose yet. This is what's so sickening about it. In 2016, they presented before you two candidates, Republicans and Democrats. There might have been others, but they're basically insignificant as far as this goes. And each one of them represented evil, trash. All you had to do was to listen to one side and you heard the trashing of the next. And by George, the whole nation saw it just as that. But they interpreted it as the lesser of the two evils. That means the one that would not do it to them as hard as he would on the others. So that became the lesser of the two evils. Now, whether we like it or not, the system is set up in such a way till when it was all said and done, the people within the system that was in the position to make the decision, they saw that they were the lesser of the two evils, and they were voted into office. That means Miss Clinton they saw a bigger threat of evil. And so they took the lesser of the two evils, Donald Trump and the Republicans. What happens? The power has gone to their heads. It happens to anybody. All of a sudden, you, the American people, have put them in power for being who they are. And who are they? They are 100% representation of the people that support them. And they, in positions of power, are saying, well, we are the big evil now. The nation supported us. The nation has put us in the position that we are in. And they like us and they love us for being this. And they know what it took to get us here and they love it. They love it. So all they got to do is keep it in front of your face. And that's what's happening. They are the big evil now. The big evil. by your vote. Now the one who was really wound up as the lesser of the two evils. Well, no, I misstated that. The one that wound up as the biggest evil, that's you Democrats. You were seen as the biggest evil. That's why you lost. But now, right before your face, you see an evil that's truly bigger than you are. Yes, the Democrats look at the Republicans and they see an evil that's bigger than they are. But they don't know what to do about it. You see how they think about impeachment, think about issuing arrest warrants, thinking about constitutional challenge, where we really at, what does the Constitution really say, and if we are governed by laws, and there is a law that does, or there isn't a law that covers what's going on right now. Now we are caught in a trap by our own what? Our own blindness. Because like now, the Democrats don't know what to do. The reason is because they are evil just like the Republicans. This is why they are not in office, because the public saw them as the biggest evil. Now they're searching. What we gonna do? We can't stand that evil across the street. We got to get down and implement our bit of evil. So now they got candidates going all over the country. I mean, a whole heap of them. And they're telling you, the American people, of their vision, what they like. And you know they all like the same things that you like, at least they say they do. And they're telling you, give them the opportunity. They'll take care of business. Well, look at me, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the color of my hair. Now, I'm sure my hairs really represent a time frame that many of you haven't attained as yet. Hope you do, though. And I can tell you, that ain't nothing but a repeat of the first story that was ever told. It's just a repeat. And as long as you keep on following that, you're going to keep on going where you're going. And you're going to get deeper and deeper until you're going to pray, asking God to let hellfire rain on you to free you from this mess you've created on your own. But there is a way. People hate to try because you have to put the evil aside. You have to be good and kind and loving and love yourself and love everybody else and want to treat them right. Now, no Democrat party is thinking of that. No Republican party is thinking of that. And you, the American people, you think you're thinking of that? No, you're not thinking of that. You're on your television watching the performance from these guys, trying to make up your mind based upon who you're going to trust. Rather than coming together amongst yourselves and say and establish what you're going to go for and what you're not. You're going for that stuff that brings peace and prosperity and joy and freedom and the manifestations of your dreams, not just yours, but everybody. You want to know how you do that. How you do that. And when you give it some thought, you say there's only one way to do it, and that's make everybody a participant in the process. Let everybody who's employed work in a career of their own choosing. And all of these careers are interconnected. And what they do, what they fold out of that mystery window, are all the goods and services you have ever imagined. And they got a whole lot more just laying in the cut. You see unlimited. You see health care from the womb to the tomb. Lord have mercy, and every bit of it. That means whatever research is needed to do the things that you wanted to do, it does it. And it's sitting right there fast and ready for whomever needs it. And get you out of there and make sure you don't have to come back. And if you do, they're ready for you. You know, you have to think about that for everybody. That's the kind of new power you have to experience and exhibit. Otherwise, What's the difference between you and them? Why should I go through that headache again? But this love that I'm telling you about, ladies and gentlemen, allows you to have unlimited and unrestricted education, that you might get all the knowledge you want to help you and guide you down that directive path and make you ready to make it all the joy of life for you, and the world experience it just because you do. That's what you're going to be talking about. That kind of getting involved. And when you're thinking about stuff like that, you know that you're not going to be without housing and food and clothing and infrastructure and recreation. None of these things will be denied you because they're all from you. Oh my goodness. But see, that's when you put off that competitive thing, that evil stuff, that Republican and Democrat. And you know I'm telling the truth because you know you have no answers. You got no answers. Anything you come up with, they on the other side is going to be mad as heck with you. What I'm telling you right now, oh, there'll be some mad on each side. Those who want to keep on using people, those who want to keep on abusing people and lying and cheating, deceiving and doing everything you don't want done to you. Now, they the ones who've been manipulating situations and benefiting and got you in this position that you're in right now. That's that big old test. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Really, what you gonna do? Are you gonna continue to push the Republican ticket and Trump, knowing right before your eyes that even though they impressed you, that they were better than the Democrats? Now that you've had a taste of them, you find out they're no better than the other. But sometimes you let your pride get in there. You don't want to admit the truth, so you want to stand there tall and strong and mighty. And the Democrats, ladies and gentlemen, you know what they're doing. I've been through that. But what are you doing? I'm giving you a message. Let me tell you, I'm giving you a message. God sent that message to you. I'm not that smart, but I'm obedient. God sent that message to you. Somebody told you that there was a heaven. And if you play the role that you're playing right now, those are, yeah, all of you, but not just the church. Somebody said you've been forgiven for if you accept a certain thing. And now that you do, you ain't got to worry about your being disobedient. But not even going there. The truth of the matter is, my friend, the truth of the matter is, there is one way. You got 8 billion people, and everybody got an idea. Could be connected to that one of another. But every idea represents a choice that you have made. It's a choice for good or a choice for evil. It's a choice for good or a choice for evil. Now, if you choose good, then you're going to push off the evil, and you will begin to create this heaven that somebody told you, if you be still, don't rock the boat. When you die, there's a heaven someplace else. Now, it seems to me that you should be wise enough, if you're thinking about the magnificence of God, it seems to me as if you should be wise enough to think or say, if there's a God that can create a heaven up there, then that God should be able to create a heaven down here. And if there's a heaven created up there where somebody was able to influence a third of heaven, even though they were in heaven, and got kicked out, that signifies beyond a shadow of doubt that you can do the same thing here. Create your own heaven. You got the power. Just recognize that there's someone out here to destroy and take everything that you're thinking about. Take all your joy, faking it. Take all of your freedom, faking it. Claiming your prosperity as their own and using you as a tool, faking it. There's someone out here trying to do that to you. And that's what they're doing all over the earth. But now, there's the secret, ladies and gentlemen. If God be in you, and you are not playing any games, and you got to be real for God to be in you, and you know it. God is good. God is loving. And the only way that the world or anybody, your neighbor, will know that you are good and loving and that God is in you is if you start doing godly things for those who are in need. You have to start doing godly things, protecting people from their enemy, protecting them from the adversary, protecting them from the burdens of this corruption that is being spread all around them. Stand up. Recognize the game that's being played and expose it, but don't just leave it as they're exposed. Show it and the rest of society the love of God and how they can truly all come into the fold and nobody suffers but the adversary. But the adversary got no power because you change your mind and turn around. So Democrats, if you want to beat the Republicans and the Republicans you want to beat the Democrats, I tell you how you do it. You fall in line with God's way as I've described it, and if you receive some spirit of loving from God that makes it better than what I just said for everybody, brother, bring it on. That way, you win. Republicans win, the Democrats win, and all the people win. So, ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you think about that on this, your Mother's Day. Let's look at this beyond just our parental parents. Let's look at it also as Mother Earth. Mother Earth. Mother Earth and all that is. And how wonderful it is in all things. And how wonderful it gotta be in us. All right. Until next time, this is Eddie Marcus saying bye-bye.